Santa Barbara County to your trusted local news source, SB Exclusive. My name is Ian Ridge, and let's get right into the story. Our top story tonight, sea urchin barrens, a threat to coastal ecosystems. Sea urchins are a vital part of many food webs, and they help regulate ocean plants and act as a food source for the fish that end up going on our very plates. But what happens when there are too many urchins to eat? Not enough predators to go around. Urchins continue to spread and eat until there is nothing left, leaving behind an urchin barren where very little plant life, and thus other marine animals, can even live. Today we take a deep dive into this problem and learn exactly what is going on under those waves. And now we go to our field reporter, Eowyn Crest.
Thank you, Ian. This is field reporter Eowyn Crest, reporting to you live from UCSB Campus Point on the Pacific Ocean. Now, as you can see from this footage gathered by our team, these urchin barrens are indeed barren. All throughout the world in different climates, especially temperate climates in Asia, the Americas, and even down in New Zealand, we're seeing actually a large increase in grazing of these sea urchins. They're actually overgrazing algal beds and sea kelp to the point of, what experts are trying to call a regime shift. Now, I have an expert with me here, and he's going to tell us all about what exactly is a regime shift. Of course, Eowyn. My name is Kean Peak, field expert. Now, a regime shift is actually just an expert phrase for a long-term but also dramatic shift in the function of an ecosystem. Sometimes changes like this can be catastrophic to food webs, even affecting us humans. Another way of looking at it is when you see these large amounts of urchins come into lush kelp forests and turn them into rocky barrens, what left is there for the fish to eat, and by extension us? A huge problem we're facing here is this is happening a lot over many ecosystems all over the world. Wow, that sounds terrible. That's actually very unfortunate. Is there any root cause as to why this might be happening? Well, there's some theories out there right now, but the main consensus is that actually a lot of sea urchins' predators are being overfished by us humans. Think cod, sheephead, lobster even, crabs. They're the natural predators of sea urchins, and their populations are facing dwindling amounts by their own. Not only do we fish a lot of the predators, but we also make some of predators vulnerable. So, for example, the sea otter is actually facing tremendous endangerment by the activities of humans in its natural habitat, and other human activities such as like development of piers, and they actually also threaten the ecosystem. Bringing activity makes it more weak and susceptible to becoming an urchin barren. Wow, I didn't really think that us humans could have such a deep impact on the ecosystem in such an obscure way. Now, speaking of us humans and this regime shift, what does it mean for us? And is there anything we can do to stop it? Well, Eowyn, I'm really glad you asked that question, because that's really what we're studying here. Losing a kelp forest or a large algal bed could not only be bad for the trillions of fish that rely and subsist off that nutrients, but it could also be bad for us as consumers of those fish who might even be on your dinner plate tonight. There could be a huge collapse in food chains, and that might lead to a chain reaction to the collapse of other ecosystems. So we're not talking about just the fish that are directly affected by kelp forests, but also indirectly. Sea mammals, whales, we're talking pretty much everything in the ocean is some way connected to kelp forests. Now, another big problem that we're facing here is that these kelp beds and these algae, it takes a lot longer to come back from an urchin barren than it does to turn into an urchin barren. So to reverse this and actually make a reverse regime shift, we would need to reduce the amount of sea urchins that are in critical habitats to about 100 per basketball-sized area of the seafloor. The primary way we can accomplish this is by establishing marine protected areas. So that reduces fishing a great deal. So not only will these predator species be around to take care of these urchins if they do start increasing in number, but also we will reduce human activity, making these natural environments a lot more stable and hardy. Another way we can reduce sea urchins although a little bit less effectively, is something that New Zealand actually is already employing in their oceans and coastlines, is just manually removing sea urchins. Now, they have subsidies open for fishermen to actually remove, so they get paid to remove sea urchins, and they also get paid to sell them. So it's a higher incentive for them to go after these, and that's just a more manual way of removing them. So there you have it, folks. Human activity is once again putting at risk many ecosystems. It's up to us to stop these urchins from becoming rampant by fixing all the damage that we have caused. Signing off from Campus Point, this is field reporter A.O. Increst and expert Kian Peak.
What a fascinating story. Urchins may be vital, but too much of a good thing can definitely be bad. Not only that, but we play a large role ourselves in what's happening in these vital regions. It's time we did something to reverse these changes that have been made so we can save the endangered ecosystems and the species that live in them. Thank you both for your contributions to the story. This has been SB Exclusive on Sea Urchin Barrens. Stick with us to learn more about the brand new restaurants everyone is raving about in our top 10 for this week.